messing around, trying to work in awful weather now feels like a distant memory. These long sunny days have just been amazing. I've had a lot of opportunity just to think about stuff and to really take my time. It looks like now there's going to be a lot of storms coming through in the evening because it's so warm. So I'm just trying to get as much work done as possible. I would have liked to have already got all these chain plates on, but there are quite a few little steps, so I am going to glue on the backing plates first, and then I'll Sikaflex everything. So while these chain plates are a lot easier because I don't have the right angle bracket, I'm just going to put the hardwood backing plates on. I do have 5 of them to do, so it's quite time consuming. A lot of people have been very reassured in the comments and saying that I'm not out of my depth, that, you know, I'm doing really well with everything recently, so thank you very much. But yeah, I can't help feeling out of my depth, but that's how you learn to swim, isn't it? So hopefully the rain spells, which are forecast kind of in the late afternoons, won't hinder me too much, and I can keep the rain out from the holes that I've put in the cabin tops. Hopefully a little bit of tape over the holes will keep the water out, we'll see. So with these intermediate shrouds, I'm going to have to bend it just at a small angle towards where it's going to attach on the mast. Here's where the stay attaches on the mast, and it comes down, and there's just a tiny angle discrepancy between the cabin top sides and where it meets. So it only needs bending about 3 degrees, 4 degrees, something like that. I do struggle to get like a really nice clean breakthrough. I'm not sure if it's the drill bit being a little bit blunt, but it just sort of pops through the end. Maybe there's some tips you guys know. Getting these backing plates to fit, there's probably about 80mm worth of material, and getting the bolts straight, especially without a guide, it's been really difficult. And if you were walking past this morning, you would have heard me shouting all sorts of swear words and doing that. But I've got all 5 remaining chain plates, the backing plates and everything all in line, and basically what I'm going to do now is just glue them. I'll put some epoxy behind, and then I'm just going to tighten the bolts, but then I will take the bolts out after because I need to Sikaflex it from the outside. I'm hoping this is the right way to do it. I'm going to sort of wait till the epoxy's set, not fully, and then take the bolts out. Annoyingly, I need to get more big washers for the inside of these, so everything that you see now with me gluing is just a dry fit. I'm not gonna have the bolts with the head on this side, they'll be on the outside. And I was thinking I could just glue the backing plate on and then drill through, but I think because of the size of these, they would probably just droop down with the glue, so that's why I've gone for a dry bolting through first, and then I can squeeze them so that the epoxy comes out of the sides, and that's how you know that it's fully stuck. And also when I was sort of drilling through and getting everything aligned, obviously I put epoxy in the holes, and I think I've pretty much drilled most of that epoxy out. So after I've glued these in and before I Sikaflex everything in, I'm going to have to re-epoxy those holes. I might do that just before I Sikaflex so that it's still kind of wet. I do find that when I pre-coat epoxy holes, it's difficult then to get the bolt through, and then you have to shave a bit of the epoxy off to get the bolt through. Anyway, whew, gonna be gluing this on now. 5 different chain plates. I'll probably film 1 or 2. Looks like we have a wasp also building a home here. We'll keep tabs on his progress, but unfortunately I am inevitably going to have to destroy it. Well, maybe I should destroy it now so that he doesn't get any false hope. But you can see him just working away, just making this little... Well, we'll see what he does. It's very interesting. Oh damn, these are sunk right in. While that epoxy for the backing plates is setting, I'm gluing in the little plugs on my rub rail. I've just got like a waterproof wood glue. I didn't really know whether to use epoxy or wood glue, but I've been advised to use this sort of stuff. So give it a try, and hopefully it's good. So it's a bit of a mess, and I'm not sure if I used the right glue. I think it's right. So yeah, hopefully that'll sand up all good, because I've made a bit of a mess, but yeah, trust in the process. Alright, this has had about 5 hours to set. I can feel it's quite hard, so I'll take these out. I've undone the nuts on the other side. It's all stuck on, it's not moved away, it's all nice and set, and the epoxy's filled the hole, so I might not need to pre-coat them. I'll double check them. It's just 2 guys at work, isn't that right, Mr. Wasp? Yeah. So the backing plates are all really nice and stuck. I taped everything up, ready for the storm. It's supposed to really lash it down soon. But yeah, I think I've waterproofed it enough. It's like a waterproof tape. So I've just come to my friend Dan's little workshop and we're going to try and bend some steel.
Bend some steel!
This is 8mm, so it's incredibly thick. But I only need 5 degrees or so. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, yeah.
That might be it.
That could be it.
5 degrees is this? Yeah, that's nothing.
It's actually 4, yeah, or 4 or 5.
Yeah, we might be there.
It's not even anything, is it?
Yeah, do we get it right and what? No, it's just a tiny little bit more. But
that's alright.
I think it will. You said you wanted 4.
Yeah.
It's 4, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet, that was easy.
That was not so. Ooh. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Funny, you feel it when it comes. It's like you bend it up to a point and nothing happens, and then suddenly you feel it bending for real. We got it.
So a massive thanks to Dan, sorted me right out there. All I need to do now is flex the living shit out of those onto the cabin tops. And also for all the Dutch people and people in and around Amsterdam, check out Dan's restaurant. So he's the owner of Barracuda, which is an incredibly, really good seafood restaurant in the north of Amsterdam. So check that out. Let's check out the progress of the Wasp. Since I kept the hatches closed because of the rain, it looks like he's given up. But he's done a good little job, a nice little sculpture. But I'm happy that he's left now because I didn't really feel comfortable rehoming him or dehoming him. But yeah, he's made a little sculpture on my roof, which is quite cute. The next job's obviously I'm just going to be flexing those chain plates on. I'm also going to be messing around with this Dyneema. I've got like a fid, I've got the little thimbles. A friend has given me some 10mm Dyneema to play around with. So I could make a couple of stays out of this. This is just like a little bit of a test, a very rough test. I'm going to become an expert Dyneema rigger eventually. Also I need to bite the bullet and buy some running rigging. I need to sort out the aerial, the mast lights, stuff on the mast. I can actually put the mast up just with these intermediate and cap shrouds that I've put on. But yeah, I'd like to have some inner shrouds, some lower shrouds as well. So loads and loads to be getting on with. I'm hoping to be sailing this summer. I've said a couple of times June, but let's just keep it to this summer. That gives me sort of 3 summer months to get into a bare bone sailing condition. I think it's definitely doable, and yeah, I'm trying not to rush these important things as well. But yeah, thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, and to all you guys who went to my PayPal, my Patreon, used super thanks on YouTube, thank you so much. Obviously things are about to get pretty expensive, and you guys have pretty much got it all covered for me, so thank you so much. I really appreciate your contributions in that way. But also, you know, if you're just watching the videos, if you like and if you're engaging and commenting as well, that helps me massively as well. So if you're not subscribed, then subscribe. It's completely free, and you just get to see more content like this, and you get to see my progress. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and see you next week. Bye bye.